Hello there everyone. Today I will be starting my own series of WICSO, which if you've been living under a rock, that's the What If Civilization started over again. Brilliant series made by Adisbro. But we will be starting in Egypt, just where the Nile is. What we'll have is we'll have team formed, the red team forming around these little areas. So, well, this of course skips all the hunter-gatherer evolution sort of it, but it's just what will happen. From here, what we'll see is your expansion along the coast. What we'll also see is exploration, sorry, to this point where they decide to head back, explore a little bit deeper into there, down a bit. Not what I meant to do. Also see them exploring part of the Sinai Peninsula. Here, after a lot of exploring, we'll see some expansion because the population increased because I said so. I am God in this universe, I guess. So I give these people more population and a bigger desire to grow. They will start to colonize and go into the Sinai, reaching the Red Sea. We'll see them expanding up the coast of the Mediterranean. Oh. Nope, not where I'm meant to be going. Yeah, we'll see more exploration down the coast of the Red Sea and the African continent. A little bit further down the Nile. Also see the expansion on this side in Sinai as we explore all of this Sinai Peninsula. And once again we'll see the red going into this area and just taking it over, as well as the coast, certainly along the coast on here. Yep, lots of area. What we'll see 70 years after the first red uniter of whoever lived in the red part of it. What we see is a civil war breaking out, but after he has died between his sons, and that's where we will have the blue team, the fresh Sinai Peninsula where he was governing, and a little more on this coast down here. Hold on, let's just give it a couple of cities real quick. So, here will be the capital city of the red one, and they don't need a capital city for now. No. What we see happening is see the invasion pushing up to this river. The red forces take approach and go and wipe out this entire rebellion down here. We'll also see them make a crossing on the top. The reds crossing and making a breakthrough on the north of the Sinai Peninsula. We see them start to move down, a bit further down, until they wipe out the entire rebellion from the second sibling or whatever. Forward too far. Now, well, that's not the end of the second brother's story. is what we see is him and his loyal followers flee. What we see is they flee down the coast of Arabia. They just keep running and traveling down the coast, really, really far down the coast. As we see them eventually meet the bottom. They decide this is far enough, and they will set up our second nation of the world, which will be the blue team. Of course, the red team, they don't really know they're down here. They've mainly not really cared where his siblings ran off to. Let me get the capital colour. The capital colour. Switch back. So go down here. A lot of yapping is the part of it. We'll see them setting up the capital right on the edge. Now we go right back up here. We see more expansion being held, specifically up this area as we go to Lebanon and up to where Lebanon, Israel area would be. To the Syrian part. See a little exploration, around this area. A little more down the Nile until they reach this sort of thing. They explore all the way up here, all in here, explore down to here. They continue to explore the edge, go a little bit further in until it starts to be a bit too sandy for them. And well, expansion time. We see them expanding down the river till they make it stop and go this way a bit till they meet the sea, and they'll just take all of this land over. Well, no one being there enough to say they can't. Also expand up here, because why not? Expand up here to this area. Where am I? I'm in Central Africa. Now what we see is the blue team. They've got their bearings together and they start expanding into the Yemen area. As they expand up, explore. Sorry, I keep saying expand when I mean explore. Explore into this way, and now they actually expand. That's the eraser, not what I meant to click. They expand up here till they don't really feel like it. Expand and expand again. Take a shot every time I say expand and you will not be making it through the video. Yeah, but they just keep expanding till they get all this nice Yemen area. Back to the red team. Because what it appears is they've expanded too much far too quickly. And so these less settled areas are gonna rebel. Specifically the Suez. What will happen is the green team set up shop right here. Fortunately for the red team, Green team was very important for them economically. There's a lot of secondary trade was done around here that wasn't in the capital region. What we see happen is Suez will set up their capital right here. The red team, they're not going to really like this Declaration of Independence. So what they're going to do is the obvious thing and invade. They make a good breakthrough here because the green, they're not really expecting it, but they're quick to get some troops together and just block their advance. And what we see happening is, the green are very good at stopping this advance as they push back along the coast up here, and back across up here and link up, encircling all of the red troops, which they quickly defeat as they push back the red invaders out of their entire country and start to push inwards, taking this upper area and meeting up to the red capital, where they demand recognition of their independence, of which the red team will not really have much to do with that, and very much have to give them their independence. They have minor territorial expansion because they've just had war on them. They're more or less the same people, speak same language and everything, so they take minor lands up here. The red feeling, well, broken, sort of esque. They'll also offer up independence to this poorer region where they don't really have much control in the first place. So there we will be seeing formation of our third country of the Light Brown. As the red starts to try to be more centralized and go for a more coastal arrangement with their country. But immediately after this, green team's recognition and revelation of independence, you'll immediately start seeing them exploring up the coast. They get to this sort of area and where they decide to stop because they have spotted Cyprus, of which they will make a landing and explore the entire thing. From here, what we'll see happening is the green team, being like their colonial father country, they expand up the coast and explore Cyprus, making a nice healthy country. We'll also expand a little bit further down, as they did. That will be enough expansion for them. We visit our best friends down here. So what we see happening is they've just like to explore. They're a very explorationist country, like their little ideas of exploring. And here's where they sort of explore up this way and just start to take all this land for themselves. Which from here, the blue team's government and monarch tell them that no more exploring. They want to consolidate this land and leave it and make it theirs. Consolidate it. But this will upset a big exploration team whose entire living came from exploring. But what they will do is they will scrape all their money together that they currently have and go on a big mission to set up their own country. With this, they will set up up the coast, cross it, reach the tip of it, the tip of UAE, Oman, whatever it is, part. Here they will sail across, reaching this area. They go more eastward, sorry, till they get till they explore all the way up to this area, in which this little peninsula they will set up their own country as they just explore it all and go for it. And here we will have the brown country being formed. We enjoy a bit of brown in the Indian subcontinent. Now to orange or brown, what we used to always call skin tone, apart from not really, but anyways, what we will see them doing is just exploring down to this area is what we find them doing. Finding a very nice little area indeed. They start to move further and further down. They will continue to expand this way too. We go here. They take all of it. We'll go over to here too. Yep. Yep. The Reds country. The former glorious Red. Now they've got their act together, really pulled it all together. Once again, going to start to explore. We get all the way up to here. And sailors fishing have heard of the lands over northward, which they've never been able to properly settle or reach because of bad weather. But what the Red will hear of this, that they will send a voyage to land in Crete. And from Crete, they go into this land to get to the lower part of Greece. But it's not the only, they are not the first people to be there, is what they discover. And on this island is not an uninhabited land as they expected, but instead a very flourishing Greek society. All this land is currently under their control. And actually, they are not alone in this world, as they once thought they were. They are not the birth of a greater society. They're just one of many, as they now theorize. They are not the birth point of anything. But news of this will quickly travel back to the Red Society Kingdom, and what will happen is what will happen is they will actually all get capitals, because I've realised I forgot about all of them. That's not the right colour. Oh, their capital there. Orange capital will be there. They've got a capital. They haven't. Theirs will be there. Yeah. But news will spread between these three kingdoms, or wherever they are, that these people exist. These are different to them, but not. If you get what I mean. early stages of, oh, you're different, you're from a different place, we speak different languages, how's that happened? What is this? How is that? Yeah. But what we see is the red team not wanting to be like fair in this new whatever it is we would call it. Fair the new world format. They'll send their people over and take Crete as to use as a potential platform for diplomacy or invasion. Yes. From that, we will see more explorers go onto this island from this chain of islands and into mainland Anatolia, explore up the coast, also down it as they run in with a green team explorers, and they have now worked out that this area is either a sea, an ocean, or just a lake. They're not quite figured out which one yet, but the scientists have got an idea, and this is the red team. The green team, they have sort of an idea of what goes on, but they're not the most interested. They're much more militaristic, less scientific. Well, yes, as I was saying, what we will see happening is green explorers and red ones, they will colonize the land and just run into each other there and form their second borders. Yeah. Explore out just a little bit. So, yeah. Yeah, but with seeing this new threat in the pink team, and now knowing they're not alone, these three kingdoms, the light brown, red, and green, will closen their ties, forget the past, and just try and build something between them to know that they're not alone in this world as their selves. You get what I mean? I mean, they're kind of scared of the pink team over there because, well, they can't understand them that well. They're trying to form some diplomacy, but they're not quite there. They're not sure if they're friend or foe, enemy or ally. They're not quite sure. So they're trying to strengthen ties between people who they know. They're like them, they can communicate, they might not backstab. Depends on how they are that day. But it's what they're trying to do. Yeah, that. So we see their ties strengthen as a joint expedition into more Anatolian regions up here goes on. Explore this river to these like lake sort of lands around here. Just fill in this territory. Expand up here to where Constantinople, Istanbul, whatever you call it's called. They cross over this. The pink team is not sat idle, they are expanding up the coast of the Adriatic, going down here, wandering and exploring until their explorers meet up, and it's not a bloody meet up, it's not like they start fighting, they're just very confused. That's where they're at. They're very, very confused. And what we see happening is just them just behaving between each other. They just set up a border between them. This is all how it falls. As we have a very historic Greece. Well, as historic as, well, Greek fantasy can go. very much what Greece wants to be. Yeah, but then we also see a new sort of. Well, what we see is people from the pink team and the green team who's figured out a way to work together in their language, and they realise they're not that different after all. So what they're going to do is, they give you the property. No. So they leave from the pink team, the red team. Yeah. I might call that. That's not yellow. That's green. It's what we see them happen. Is they just decide enough is enough. They're not gonna argue. Just whatever they're doing. They just set up their own little country in between them. Expand down all along this river, upsetting red as they can't expand up there. Actually, quite upsetting pink as they can't expand there either. And they just plump their country, their existence, right by and snap in the middle of Anatolia. Yeah. So most of Western Anatolia has been taken over, farmed out. We've had the big coast of this area. But now let's go down to the brown team. They've just been left to, well, do their thing. And what do they do best? But they explore. So what we see them happening is up here, around these rivers, they've explored all of that. Explored far into the inlands. Gone down, quite far down this area. See them going right down. Oh, did we do that? Yeah, we just see them going quite far down until they eventually, they just reach the tip of the Indian subcontinent. From here, seeing that the land now goes up, the brown team will just set up small, apart from majorly expanding down this region, down here quite a fair bit, they're just going to set up small posts, not colonies, but areas that they have bases in. Explore them. The Maldives aren't in an actual colour, so we'll have to fix that later. Yeah, so from here, the Indians, brown team, whatever we call them, have gone to it and they're just going to stop there. The blue team, they're still consolidating that land, man. That's consolidating it. The orange, they're just having a good time. What's not having a good time is lime. They don't have a capital yet. We're gonna have to fix that. Their capital's gonna be right there because that's where they started. That's where they're gonna be, right there. Yep. Yes, I think it's gonna do us for the episode, you know. A lot of expanding by these countries. A lot of expanding and exploring. Expanding and exploring, it's mint. That will do us. Remember to subscribe, like the video. Wait for the next one, which will probably be in about, who knows with me. Could be a month, could be a day. We don't know. Stay tuned for the next one.